Over the past few months, we've seen the entire crypto market explode in value. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and countless blue chip cryptos have reached multi-year highs, but during every single market cycle, there's always one meme coin that stands out. We've seen Dogecoin make millionaires, we've seen Shiba Inu and Pepe explode in value, but during this market cycle in particular, I'm expecting Floki to be the next Dogecoin and the next Shiba Inu, because Floki was originally created as just a meme coin, and it made major moves during the last market cycle, but it has added so much more utility and become so much more than a meme coin since then, which is why I've held it for quite a while, and I've been doubling down as of recently, because Floki is much more than a digital currency. It was originally established and created to be a meme coin, but it has added so many layers to its ecosystem since then. We've talked about Floki on the channel. We've talked about TokenFi on the channel, which was created by the team at Floki. And we've talked about all the different utility aspects, such as Valhalla, their metaverse. We'll talk about all these things later in the video, but we've addressed these in previous videos, and with their new announcements and new developments coming out, I think now is the perfect time to take advantage of Floki before we really see it explode and take over the meme coin space in crypto as we start to see altcoins and smaller cap projects begin to rally. So Floki was not the first meme coin introduced in the crypto space by any means. It's not going to be the last, but in crypto, there are a lot of meme projects, but really only a few ever stand out. And Floki has managed to do this in previous bull markets, but I think this is the bull market where we're going to see it really dominate. So if you're looking at meme projects right now, you're looking at meme cryptos, they all try to offer a strong community and a lot of momentum. That's how they really base their initial price appreciation off of. But with Floki, it delivers on that front of a strong community and having a lot of momentum. We've seen its price increase pretty dramatically over the last few months and last few weeks. But it also has an entire ecosystem of products, and they've been continuing to build upon this. So you could see they have FlokiFi Locker. They have staking programs with hundreds of millions of dollars of Floki tokens staked. They have strong partnerships and collaborations. They have Valhalla, which is a play-to-earn metaverse and blockchain game that blends innovative play-to-earn mechanics with like a fun gameplay and gaming aspects that traditional gamers would also like. They have a DAO governance, and they also have the launch recently of their sister token, which was TokenFi, which we covered in depth when it was launching, and that project has done extremely well since then. Not only has it performed well, but also we've seen people from JP Morgan to Morgan Stanley to Nvidia, all these major companies talk about tokenization or artificial intelligence, and TokenFi is in the center of all of these different themes that these major institutions are talking about. So there's still a lot more to come for Floki, but with their strategic global marketing initiatives and everything coming forward, it's really just the beginning, and that's why I'm expecting this project to be the top performing meme coin in this cycle. So you can see all the information about Floki over on their website. You can see it on their Twitter. They've gained a massive following over there. But if you're looking at their token right now, you could go over to CoinMarketCap and you can see the chart. Right now, they're sitting just around a $1.4 billion market cap. They made it into that top 100 cryptos by market cap, which is a major deal. Over the last month alone, it is up 429%, which is absolutely insane. And this is because we've seen major developments, major announcements, and a lot of focus on meme coins and smaller cap projects as of recently. If you just even look in the last week alone, it is up 306%. So this project has exploded, and I'm expecting it just to continue higher and higher as we see more money shift from Bitcoin, Ethereum into smaller cap altcoins. Not only is it a top 100 crypto by market cap, but in terms of 24-hour volume, it's sitting at number 16 with over $1 billion in 24-hour trading volume, which is unheard of for meme coins. You could see that its 24-hour trading volume is ranked 16, market cap is ranked 71. So right there, you can see that discrepancy right there where theoretically we could see Floki become a top 16 crypto just based off of its current trading volumes. Not only this though, but also if you look at Floki In terms of staking, you can see that there are right around 2.4 trillion Floki tokens staked for a value of right around $352 million. You can see I personally have had Floki tokens staked for a while. We've did this in previous videos, but this is something that is really, really exciting for Floki because the bull market is really just starting. We're seeing a lot of money flowing into altcoins, and Floki has been trending on a number of top platforms. We've seen CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko talk all about Floki. We've seen it, increase hundreds of percentage points in a matter of a few days, and really it's just starting to dominate. Not only this, though, if you go ahead and look at the markets it's on, Floki already has a major presence on all of the top exchanges, which is something you really want to see at the beginning of a bull market because it's very easily accessible. People get it on Binance and OKX and Gate.io and KuCoin and Bybit and all these major exchanges, and that's something that you definitely want to see. In terms of staking, other thing I do want to mention is that they have that $352 million staked. This is something that is unheard of for a meme coin because it has nearly 30% of its total supply currently staked. You can see it has a market cap of right around 1.4 billion, but 352 million of their tokens are currently staked. That's unheard of for a meme coin, and that is why I think this community is going to help drive this project to become a top at least 15 crypto from where it's currently at. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about what recently happened with a DAO proposal, because recently there was a DAO proposal that would determine whether a series of Floki tokens should be burned or not. And if you go ahead and look at this proposal, you can see that this proposal passed. And this is something that is very important because it helps to increase the value of the token. And that's one of the major reasons why we also have seen the price appreciation over the last week or two with Floki's token, because you could see that this proposal was to burn this many tokens. So it was over 190 billion tokens, 190,918,585,431.84 tokens. This was put into effect and had a 89.49% vote to go ahead and burn these tokens. And like everyone had voted, because it's a DAO, it went ahead, it passed, and that's something that is really, really important because you could see that the community easily has access decisions, and that's exactly what you want to see for a meme coin. It's supposed to be a community-driven project, but a lot of them out there aren't so community-driven. They're driven by a few main people who hold the token, the people behind the project, but with Floki, it's truly a community-driven project, which is shown by the Floki DAO and their decision to recently burn, hundreds of billions of tokens. Next thing I want to go over is going to be with their major partnerships, because recently they've made a number of major partnerships with prime institutions that's going to help to increase the value long term, in my opinion. So if you're looking at it, Floki has demonstrated its potential for long-term price appreciation because they've partnered with major cricket leagues in the past. I've talked about that in previous videos. They did that not only with Floki, but also with TokenFi. Also, recently, they had one of their major partners, which was DWF Labs. They committed to purchasing an additional $10 million worth of Floki tokens to go ahead and support the entire Floki ecosystem. You can see this happened just within the last few weeks or so at the end of February 2024. This is something that's a major, major deal because it shows that their partners believe in them long term and are putting their money to work to go ahead and actually be fully invested in Floki. So that's something that you definitely like to see. It's good to see that they're able to make these major partnerships, get these major investments. The next thing I want to go over is going to be with its TVL, because we've talked about in terms of staking how they have around $352 million of Floki tokens staked. But if you go ahead and look at one of their recent Twitter posts, you could see that this was on March 2nd, 2024. It says that there's a total of right around $297 million staked. Right now, that number is way higher. You see, just in the last 3-4 days alone, it went from 297 staked, which was on March 2nd, to on today, $352 million staked, so an additional $54 million staked in just terms of their tokens. But not only this, we also can see that At this time, they had $111 million in TVL in FlokiFi. And if you go ahead and look at FlokiFi right now, that's at $137 million. So if you add these two numbers together, they're just around $500 million in TVL, when just 2 or 3 days ago, they had crossed $400 million in TVL. So this project is seeing a ton of people staking their tokens for months on end, if not years, and actively using their different products like FlokiFi, where we've seen, an additional $30 million or so locked in this platform as well. So this is really exciting to see that the TVL of FlokiFi and just overall for the Floki ecosystem has just been continuing to grow faster and faster over the last few days alone. Last thing I really want to go over is going to be with FlokiFi, because FlokiFi is a key project for Floki's ecosystem, and recently, if you go ahead and look over on Twitter, you can see that FlokiFi Locker is now officially live on Blast mainnet. This thing that is crucial for the ecosystem long term, because ultimately, it's a secure crypto locker protocol on Blast that people have been asking about, the entire community has been asking about for a while, and now you really no longer have to worry about getting rugged on Blast, because a project's LP token or team supply is unlocked. So that's something that is really important, because you simply need to ask the devs whether they've locked with FlokiFi Locker, and if they have, then you don't have to worry about getting rugged. This is really important long term, because it helps to ensure security and peace of mind with your funds and investments long term. So just something you really, really definitely want to see. If you're not familiar though, FlokiFi, you can go ahead, check out their website. Ultimately, it's like one of the industry's most innovative protocols for securing digital assets. Like I told you, they've gained hundreds of millions of dollars in TVL in just the last few days, last few weeks, and then in the last few days, an additional $30 million in TVL. A lot of people are using this. It's the only mainstream crypto locker protocol to implement the ERC 1155 standard, has support of over 15 different blockchains, and I'll link that down below, but it's one of the key aspects of their entire ecosystem, and really has been something that I've used, and I've been seeing a lot of people use as of recently. Like, it's gained tens of millions of dollars in TVL just in the last few days alone. So last thing is going to be with their TokenFi QuickLaunch Bot. You can see that this is officially on Blast mainnet as well. This is just another thing to just keep in mind, something that's really good. Now, let's talk about what's been going on with all these major institutions. Talking about the themes that Floki and TokenFi currently address. So if you're looking at major institutions, like I mentioned earlier in the video, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and even NVIDIA, all of these companies have talked about either artificial intelligence or tokenization. And as you look at all the products that Floki and their ecosystem offer, you're going to notice that it addresses a lot of these different themes that major institutions have talked about. They've had the successful launch of TokenFi. TokenFi is an all-in-one tokenization platform trying to attack the multi-trillion-dollar tokenization industry. The TokenFi platform is ultimately utilizing artificial intelligence to make it extremely simple and easy for people in crypto to go about making projects and just being in the blockchain space in general. So that's something that you could see that CoinDesk recently did an article on, talking about smart contract auditors and the focus of AI in the crypto space. In addition to this, you can also see how Vitalik Buterin has talked about the importance of artificial intelligence as well in AI-based code. That comes directly into play with what TokenFi is doing. It's a key aspect of the Floki ecosystem. And then not only this, but like I said, with NVIDIA and with JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, we've seen all these major companies talk about artificial intelligence and the themes that Floki and TokenFi address as well. The CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, has stated that generative AI has hit the tipping point, and you can see there's an entire article about this as well, where how TokenFi is trying to use AI to become the leader in the tokenization space. So people who think that Floki is just a meme coin are really mistaken, because Floki has a lot more utility to it than almost every single crypto project out there. There's thousands of crypto projects out there, but I would struggle to find even a couple that have more utility than Floki. So we've seen Floki's price really increase dramatically over the last few days. You've seen that it has a really strong utility in terms of its Valhalla blockchain metaverse, which is one of the most popular metaverses in crypto. It's FlokiFi Locker, which has over $100 million in TVL, growing tremendously over the last few days. You've seen it in terms of staking, where Floki has now over $350 million of its tokens staked. People stake the tokens from 3 months to 4 years maximum, and they've started to market and aggressively, grow their community over the last few days alone to over 3 billion people in mainstream finance and mainstream media. So this is a project that I doubled down on recently. It's up hundreds of percentages in the last few weeks, and I don't expect it to slow down anytime soon. I expect it to really be the next Dogecoin, the next Shiba Inu, the next Pepe in this bull market.